Hello friend, hope you are well. Welcome to yet another video in our series Finance and Investing Tidbits. The theme of this video is Power of Compounding. Welcome to the video. We all have learned the compounding formula in our school days. I come from a Marathi medium school, so we used to call it as Chakrawad Vyas. People who come from Hindi medium school call it as Chakra Vruddhi Vyas. So we all know there is a cyclical aspect working in this. Having learned the concept in the school, we see some of its benefit when we invest in recurring deposits or cumulative deposits, which pay us accumulated interest on maturity, and interest is calculated as interest on not only the principal but the previously accumulated interest. Now, typically banks do a quarterly compounding, and I'm going to come to this aspect very soon in terms of the frequency of compounding and its importance. But we see some of its application in this compounding principle. But nonetheless, often we are not able to realize the power of compounding. So let's just explore its power. And before I get into that, let me just refresh the formula for a while. You would all remember this formula, I'm sure. A future value is equal to present value multiplied by 1 plus r raised to n. It's not multiplied by n, it's raised to n. So if you know the present value, or for simplicity, let's call it as the present amount. If you multiply it by 1 plus r, 1 stands for principal, r stands for the interest on top of that principal, and then make it raised to n, n being the period. Now I'm consciously not using the word year here, though of course in the school we all learned this n as years, but that need not be. We can change the frequency as we're going to explore its application through a table. But all that I can say for now is that you can actually have R expressed yearly, as is usually the convention that we express rate of interest as per annum or per year, right? So 6% per annum. Now R again need not be just the rate of interest. It can be a rate of return on, say, shares or mutual funds. So the same principle applies there also, or it can be inflation. So R can be any of these actually. But conventionally we express it per year, but there is nothing stopping us from expressing it per quarter, per month, per half year, per day. And the only caution or care that we need to take is that depending on how we have expressed R, we have to express N. So for example, if you're expressing R as yearly interest rate, then say 6%, and we want to calculate the maturity value of a deposit over a period of 5 years, then R will be 6% or 0.06, and N will be expressed as 5. But suppose you want to express this on a monthly basis, then R has to be expressed as 6% divided by 12, because there are 12 months in a year. So 6% divided by 12 will give us half a percent, or 0.005. So R will become 0.5%, which is the same as 0.005. N in such a case cannot be expressed as 5 because 5 is years. Now we have to express N in months. So we'll have to express that as 60 months, and then we can apply the formula. You can similarly do it on a daily basis. So you can divide 6% by 365, or to be very or closer to precision, we can even express as 365.25, because there is also there is a leap year. Even then that does not give a very accurate number, but very close to that, right? And then you'll have to express N not in years, but 5 years multiplied by 365.25 days. So that's how we can keep on tweaking this formula. Plus, this formula can have multiple applications. Like as you can see, there are 4 variables here: future value, present value, R, and N. If we know any 3 of them, we can derive the 4th one. So that also has some applications. Of course, I have discussed them in various other videos. Uh, So you can explore those both in my finance and investing tidbits series, as well as in the finance related series, as well as the equity investing related series. Everywhere you will find some application of this formula. So do explore that. So let's go into how the compounding actually works for our benefit. So investing right is about realizing this power of compounding. There is no point in we just knowing about its powerful application, but unless we invest it right in a way that we realize the power, we actually take advantage of the power. It's like flying a kite. If we align it with the wind, the kite is going to go a distance. So investing right is like aligning with the wind and then let the kite go up. So that's exactly what power of compounding is all about. Let's take an example here, right? Let's see how much your 1 lakh become in lakhs after 25 years. So all these numbers are in lakhs except the percentage. So the way we can read this table is that the column is about the percentage of your return. We have 6 different returns considered here. And we can calculate this with different values of R and N. What I mean is they are being expressed differently. So if it is annual, 6% is 6%. If it is monthly, we divide 6% by 12, and then N we multiply by 12. Daily, we divide 6% by 365, and we multiply the period in terms of years by 365 to get the accurate period. So by the way, to just help you, I have given this table as an Excel file in the description box. So feel free to download it and use it. You can even substitute some other rate of return to find out what the maturity value would be. But the point that I'm wanting to make here is, let us say that if you are able to invest at 6%, which is what many people do for the sake of the feeling of safety of having deposited in a known bank or a very well known bank, you put it at 6% for 25 years, and assuming that it's a 25-year cumulative deposit where you're not taking any interest during this period, but you're allowing it to grow, then that 1 lakh at the end of 25 years on an annual compounded basis will become 4.29 lakhs. If it is monthly compounded, it will be 4.46 lakhs. If it is daily compounded, the difference is not very significant, but there is a small increase to 4.48. But typically banks compound on a quarterly basis, so it will be somewhere in the middle of 4.29 to 4.46, somewhere closer to 4.46 rather than 4.29, somewhere around, approximately I'm saying around 4.40 or so lakhs. But if you are able to invest at 13%, see the impact. It grows to 21, 25, 25.78 lakhs. If you are able to invest at 16%, it can become 40 lakhs to 54 lakhs. Now, this is where I always say that by investing in a nifty index fund, you will be able to generate a return somewhere between 13 to 16. 16 to be optimistic, that's the return that Nifty has indeed given from 2000 to 2003. But I'm just saying, to be more conservative, even if you were to look at 13%, you see the impact it makes on your investing returns. So, and imagine if you are able to invest in shares individually, or if you are able to take advantage of the movement in the index, again, for which I have made tools available on my channel in terms of how to assess market levels. You can even generate a return between 16 to 20% by just remaining in the index fund itself. So there, see the amount, the way it grows rapidly from annual compounded 95 lakhs to daily compounded 1 crore 48 lakhs. And see if you are able to invest in shares, select shares. Again, that's the reason I have created the equity investing video series, as well as many videos on finance and investing tidbits, particularly if you are able to pick up shares and monitor them well, you don't diversify too much, focus on some good winners, you can generate a return of 25% plus. Now see the impact, where at 6%, even on a daily compounding, it becomes 4.48 lakhs after 25 years. But if you are able to multiply your return by 4 times, the benefit is more than 100 times. And that's phenomenal. So 1 lakh can potentially become 5 crore 17 lakhs on a daily compounded basis. Now the question that can be legitimately asked is this just daydreaming? Actually, it is not. You will see that successful investors have been able to compound at a significant rate, and therefore being in the market, remaining invested in the equity markets actually helps you to generate the power of compounding. And I think that's something we should fully take advantage of, and of course continue to hone our skills in terms of monitoring stocks and selecting good stocks. So as I have disclosed in my other videos also, I just have 5 stocks. 3 of them are holding and investment companies and 2 of them are small caps. Out of these 5, 4 I have been holding for 12 years. One I discovered about 3 years ago, and out of those 4 which I have been holding for 12 years or longer, the 4th one is a result of demerger from the 3rd one. So the demerger also happened about 5-6 years ago. So basically, by being selective, by remaining focused, and by applying different strategies to de-risk yourself and moving money when the markets are zooming, and then putting that money back to work when the markets have weakened, or moving money from one stock to another, because every stock has its own ups and downs, and we can take advantage of that. So feel free to explore those videos, and if you have liked this video, do share it with your friends so that they are also able to benefit from my channel. Thank you so much.